What's up, everybody? I'll be right with you. Please hit that like button on the way in, let everybody know we're live. All right, what's up, guys? What do you say we pop right into this? How's everybody doing? Happy New Year's Eve from everybody here at Blunt Politics. My name's Boston Brian. Thank you for joining me. If it's your first time, if it's one of your first times, please, if you like what you're hearing, if you like what you're seeing, hit that like button, share the stream out, let everybody know that we're live. Please subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers here at Blunt Politics, and we really do appreciate the time that you spend here. Thank you to everybody over on this space as well. Thanks to Matt, and thanks to the mods over there for everything that you do. Happy New Year to everybody over there. And let's see if we can bring in the chat here, the best chat in the world at Blunt Politics. I do appreciate you guys. Where are you? There you are. What's up, guys? How are you? Happy New Year to you, Bri Man. Appreciate you, big guy. What's up, JJ? Happy New Year to you, buddy. What's up, Susie, Roxanne, Jimbo? Sorry, Jim. My apologies. Slippage. It's a slippage. What's up, Ruben? What's up, Gamer? What's up, Yakov? How's everybody doing? Where are you? There you are, Yakov. What's up, big guy? How's everybody doing? What's up, Eddie? Leah, good to see you guys. Hope everybody's doing well. It is amateur night. Like I said, it is December 31st as we're rounding out 2025. Democrats have managed to do it with a bang once again. We have managed to pull out another win, another big win in another special election, this time in Iowa, which is good to see. The anger, the frustration, the passion that people still have against this regime, against the Trump administration, continues to show in these special elections. And it's good to see that people have not swayed from their beliefs and, still are paying attention to the lies, the danger, the wars, the lack of help that the American people are seeing in their daily lives from this administration after what they promised. But a few stories to cover today. I know we're kind of in that kind of weird spot where, some channels are kind of still off. Some are on vacation. Some have taken a break till after the new year. We don't take the breaks here. We're not taking breaks here at Blunt Politics. We're going to be all over it. So we're covering just a couple news stories that we're looking at today. One is that the president of the United States doesn't know the difference between a bald eagle and a falcon. Now, I want you to just kind of take a second, say that to yourself in your head, and let that sink in for a second. Because, yes, Donald Trump did indeed. Let me put this on the screen for you guys. Jesus Christ. It gets weirder and weirder and dumber by the day with these people. It really does. Donald Trump posting this to his True Social site. As you can see here on the left, he says, windmills are killing our big, beautiful bald eagles. Couple problems with this one. Just right off the bat, couple problems. First thing I noticed is there's no bald eagle in that picture. There's just not a bald eagle anywhere pictured in that picture. Just no, that's not a bald eagle, sir. You would think you would understand and be able to recognize. Who remembers this one? You guys don't remember this? Remember Trump office eagle? Remember he was all freaked out by that eagle in his office at Trump. Yeah, remember this? Yeah. Put your hand out of the glove. That was my hair. Oh, good. Look at how scared he is. Almost done here. That's great. He's about to shit his pants. Look at him. He's so scared. What? His aspirin. Anyways, anybody that remembers that, you would think the guy would be able to tell the difference between a bald eagle and a falcon. Not to mention what other people have managed to point out on this as well. You can see the date is from, he posted it December 30th, 2025 at 2:44 p.m. when it was originally posted December 20th, 2017 in Israel. It's a wind turbine. It's a windmill in Israel that didn't kill a bald eagle, that has a dead falcon underneath it. Donald Trump, the president of the motherfucking United States of fucking America, where quite literally the bird of our country, the representative of our country, is the bald eagle. And he's posting this shit, not knowing what I mean, David Attenborough must be fucking absolutely livid right now. What we have here, fucking moron, misrepresenting everything in the wild. It's like, what the fuck? Oh my God. A falcon killed by a wind turbine in Israel, as you can see clearly pictured here in one of the red circles, the time, the date, the stamp on it. But Jesus Christ. And, this is a Midas Touch post on Twitter where they say Trump posted a photo claiming it shows a bald eagle in the United States killed by a windmill. In reality, the image of a dead falcon is in Israel from 2017. You can't make it up. You can't make it up. I mean, I know a lot of people say it. I know you hear it all the time. How do you make that up? How do you say, you know what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen in the last hours of 2025? The United States president, what do you know what he's going to do? He's got this war going against windmills. Hates windmills because they put some outside of his golf course or something in fucking Scotland or whatever the fuck, right? So he's got this huge war that he's perpetrated against windmills. So what he's going to do, he's going to misrepresent a picture, right? And it's going to be from Israel. It's going to be from 2017. I know we're going into 2026, but bear with me. This is what he's going to do. He's going to take that old picture from 2017. He's going to say it's a bald eagle, even though it's clearly not a bald eagle, and it's clearly a falcon that was staring out there. He's also going to say it's from the United States when it's clearly in Israel. That's what's going to happen. He's going to do that, and he's going to pass it off as being like factual. It's going to be something that he's going to use to corroborate some of his past statements about windmills and them killing birds. That's what's going to happen. Now, is that on your bingo cards, anybody? Was that on your fucking bingo cards? I mean, again, you can't write it. And again, I forgot right off the bat, thank you to Carl. Much appreciated, my brother, for the $20 contribution. Happy New Year to you. Carl says, to one and all, may 2026 be good to you. And come November, we win back the House and Senate. Amen to you, Carl. And then thank you so much to Dame as well. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the two. Animals, no, yeah, exactly. Animals are much smarter than he is. But again, just something that people were talking about as another obvious misrepresentation by the president, another piece of propaganda, another piece of mis or disinformation. Is probably both in this regard, considering some people probably did know where it was, but I'm not sure that Donald Trump actually did know that wasn't a bald eagle. There's nothing that leads me to believe that Donald Trump would actually recognize that bird as not being a bald eagle. So it's probably both mis and disinformation at this point. I mean, come on. What are we doing? We got fucking millions and millions of people fucking where their healthcare costs have shot up exponentially, right? We got fucking Donald Trump taking away funding for clean drinking water. We have Doge cutting the funding to cancer research for children. We have Donald Trump starting wars in Venezuela, intercepting fucking oil tankers, sending 25% of our Navy down to the Caribbean, talking about starting wars with the cartel, talking about starting wars with Colombia, Peru, China, because all of those places have some, culpability in drugs getting into our country. So he's going to start wars with all them. But this is the guy that's leading the country, is this guy that just posted this. That's what's going on. I don't know. Just 2026 can't be any wilder. I have a lot of hope. I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of, good feelings, good vibes, positive things to come in 2026. So let's get all of the bullshit out of the way now. Let's get all the bullshit out of the way. And again, don't forget to pop over to Don Jr.'s account on whatever site you may find him on and tell him to fuck off for his birthday. Because today is Don Jr.'s birthday, so make sure to pop over and tell him to fuck off. But yeah, that's not all, because the rest of this administration just continues to make asses out of themselves as well. Pam Bondi was like, you know what? Fucking let me get in the mix. Let me get in the fucking mix. Donald Trump can't make a buffoon out of himself all the time. Like, can you? I know. I've done a fucking piss poor job at every turn on the Epstein files, but you know what? I feel like my name hasn't been in the spotlight that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a graph onto Twitter. I'm going to make a specific claim about that graph. I'm then going to be condescending. I'm going to act like a prick and a bitch because I feel like I know what's represented in that graph that I'm going to post. And I feel like I know I'm right about it. But of course, being MAGA, being a Republican in today's day and age, being as competent as we know Pam Bondi is, things didn't go the way she thought they were going to go. Okay, so this is another Midas Touch post where they say, just in, Attorney General Pam Bondi deletes a post touting a chart as proof of the Trump administration's success in reducing drug overdoses after being informed the data actually reflected the Biden administration's record. These are the incompetent fucking hacks that are now responsible and in charge of the most consequential and important fucking agencies on the face of the planet. Right. And again, this is a Ted Lieu post where it says, Dear Pam Bondi, the chart you provided ends in 2024 in October. Thank you for unintentionally giving massive credit to Joe Biden. Also, when are you going to stop violating federal law and provide the unredacted Epstein files? Happy New Year. And you can see that Pam Bondi had taken down the post, but the internet lives forever, of course. And people got it. People got it. And once it's up there, it's up there. It ain't hiding for long. Let me see if I can zoom in on this a little bit. I don't understand. Twitter is the only fucking site in the history of the world where you could hit zoom and the picture somehow gets smaller. How does that work? How does that happen? Fucking, this site's terrible. Twitter and TikTok are going to die a fucking rapid death. But all right, so I'll read it out loud just in case anybody. So this is Pam Bondi's post. Sorry, it's so small. I apologize. I'm trying to make it bigger, but fucking Twitter. It says, since day one, the Trump administration and this Department of Justice have been fighting to end the drug epidemic in our country. Okay. President Trump closed the border. DOJ agents have seized hundreds of millions of potential lethal fentanyl doses. We are aggressively prosecuting yada, yada, yada. And it goes on. And this is the little graph that she posted. And it says annual drug overdose deaths rates by U.S. Census region from October 2015 to October 2024, right at the top. So quite literally, all she had to do was look at the heading. The heading, the big words on the top, the ones that, give you the biggest amount of information, probably the quickest, right? The heading, the title of this, thus being October 2015 to October 2024. Now, if we just go back in our little fucking time capsule machines of a brain that we have on our thinking caps, and then we'd figure out at that date and time who may have been the representative of the United States, one can come to the conclusion that Pam Bondi's a moron. Just an absolute tit. You can't write it. You can't write it. You just can't. So she deletes this shit. People hop on her. Again, this is just another example showing the ignorance, the incompetency, the delusions, the way that they try to propagandize, and they can't even do that correctly. It's fucking remarkable. Oh, thank you, Nina. Thank you so much, Nina. I saw that fly by. There you are. Thank you, Nina. What's up, Crustacean Nation? Happy New Year. Right back at you, Nina. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, and thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year to you as well. We're just kind of going over some of the recent instances in which the Republican Party, Donald Trump, and his main kind of cohorts have made assholes out of themselves online and in front of cameras recently. And again, the first one was where Donald Trump, in case you're just joining us a little late, Donald Trump not knowing what a bald eagle is. In case you're just joining us, we just went over this picture, which Donald Trump tried to represent as a windmill in the United States that killed a bald eagle, when in reality, it's a windmill in Israel that has a dead falcon underneath it. Cause of death unknown. So again, and then we go on to Pam Bondi's bullshit here, basically giving the Biden administration credit and then trying to place that credit upon the Trump administration, like nobody was going to notice. And it keeps going. Because the bad news for the Republicans spreads further. Because like I said at the beginning of the opener of the show, the Dems are now closing out 2025 just as strong as the elections were going in November, right? So this is the newest one, the most recent one that we're looking at here. Dems win big in Iowa. This is Democrat Renee Hardman wins an Iowa State Senate seat. That's SD 16 with 71.5. That's 71.5 A 27-point Dem overperformance from 2024. Harris won the district by 16. Hardman's victory blocks a GOP supermajority and makes history as the first Black woman elected to the Iowa State Senate. So, big round of applause. Congratulations to Renee for her historic victory here. And again, just great to see that the American people in places like Mississippi, Kentucky, Georgia, Iowa, New Jersey, and elsewhere around the country are all pretty much in lockstep in the way that they're thinking right now, in their frustrations, in what they're seeing in their daily lives, with the lack of empathy, compassion, and caring by this administration to hear and to listen to the, I don't want to say gripes, but the complaints, right? The things that the people in this country are pointing out that are making their lives more difficult, right? The housing costs, cost in general, just fucking costs in general. You don't even have to separate it anymore. Everything is too fucking expensive. Everything is too fucking expensive. It's fucking made. The quality has gone downhill while we're paying more. It's fucking ridiculous, and people are fed up with it. And I know this is a multi-generational problem that we've been dealing with, and this is nothing new in this country. But still, when people look at when Donald Trump came into office or was running for office for the second time, talking about bringing down the cost of living for everybody, and then we put that into terms with what we're seeing now a year into his second administration, the people are not seeing the benefit. The people that actually took the risk, the people that actually fucking went out there and lost friends, family members, coworkers, careers to support Donald Trump are not seeing what they thought that they were going to see, right? They're not getting to rub in the faces of the people that left them in their lives like they thought they were going to be able to rub it in the way that they thought Donald Trump was going to come in and stop the Ukraine war. He was going to lower gas prices to $0. He was going to make it so anybody in the world could buy a house, right? So all of these stupid nonsensical propaganda pieces that he came out with, none of them have come to fruition. Not a single fucking one. I think the main point that they probably point to as far as like something that he actually did was the border. And that, again, took sending down the military, which is costing us, taxpayer dollars. So, again, there's not a downside to that happening either. Not only that, but the military, the National Guard, ICE, DHS roaming around our cities and streets all over the country, ripping brown and black people out of their homes, places of work, places of worship, courtrooms, wherever they are, they're not safe. Ramming vehicles into another vehicle to try to fucking stop people. It's crazy what we're seeing now. So again, to continue to see this stuff happening in places like Iowa, regardless if Harris won it last time by 16, good. We can see an overperformance even from that. Right. So it's not like the Republicans can come at us and say, well, fuck that. That don't matter. They won it last time anyway. Well, good. Okay. Well, we won it by 16 last time. Guess how much we won it by this time? The 27. So that shows a dramatic increase, or at least a substantial increase that we could point at from even the frustrations last time and the people that voted for Kamala Harris. So whichever point and statistics you want to point to, there's positive signs here from all over the country that the people in this country are more than willing to tell Donald Trump and the Republican Party to fucking piss off while voting for the Democrat if the right person is there with the right policies, supporting the right ideals, not taking PAC money, not supported by or funded by fucking billionaires, right? Not doing what's best for Israel first, but doing what's best for the fucking people of this country, doing what's best for our allies. Right? So again, good to see. I want to continue to highlight and bring up all of these elections wherever they may be taking place in this country. It's very important that we don't lose sight of this. And as we continue to point out, hopefully ongoing election victories like this by Democrat Renee Hardman in Iowa, that we don't also get complacent at the same time, right? This does not mean anything is automatic for midterms. This doesn't mean that anything is guaranteed. This doesn't mean we can sit back and just kind of hope and pray on the frustrations of people will still be there as we go into midterms. That's not something that even it comes to mind. It's not even a fucking option. We need to continuously hammer home, do the work that we have been doing consistently that has gotten us to this point. Right, that has enlightened the American people, that has informed the American people to what this administration is doing as far as policies or lack of policies, whether that be domestically or on the foreign stage. Because people are seeing it, they're recognizing it. Not only that, but what's going on in their daily lives, the lack of change in their daily lives when it consists of pricing, whether it's groceries, just you name it, and people are paying too much for it. That's just fucking the name of the game. And like I said, the quality of shit has gone downhill. Things don't last even a fraction of the time that they used to last back in the day, while they were actually cheaper to buy back in the day. So you tell me how that fucking makes sense. You're paying twice, 3 times, 4 times as much for the same amount, if not less fucking food, whether that be at a restaurant or whether that be at the grocery store or a convenience store and a bag of chips. That whole shrinkflation shit. Yep, still in effect, still going on. Companies still exploiting that to the fucking ends of the earth. That's not going to stop. I mean, you see it all over the place, and people are fucking rightly frustrated with the way that capitalism seemingly has, run its fucking course. And kind of the end goal of capitalism has pretty much been realized at this point, where all of the wealth has been accrued with that fucking, 1%, if not less than 1%, as we're seeing Elon's net wealth go up to nearly a fucking $1 trillion. Right? What is it? 700, almost 800 fucking billion dollars at this point. And meanwhile, we're paying exorbitant prices for, I don't know, let's just say as a plumber. I'll use my fucking plumbing experience for this. Okay, taking out an old stove, an old oven, an old toilet, an old washer, an old dryer would take 2 or 3 fucking people, 2 or 3 grown-ass adult fucking males, depending on how far you had to carry it, what the situation was, steps, corners, that type of stuff, right? And what type of equipment that you had. Bringing the new one in, you can fucking flip that thing around on your finger like it's a basketball, and you're the fucking Harlem Globetrotters, okay? The one taken out, the toilet you took out is going to weigh about 200 fucking pounds. The one you're putting in going to weigh about 0.2 pounds. But you're paying more for the 0.2 pounds than you did for the 200 pounds, and the 200-pound toilet lasted you 60 fucking years. You'd be hard-pressed to get, 10 out of the new toilet. And that's guaranteed. You're going to have to replace the innards. You're going to have to replace the flapper. You're going to have to replace the fucking ball cock. You're going to have to replace the water supply. You're going to have to replace the wax seal, right? I mean, and you can put that with anything. Like I said, ovens, the same thing. Old stoves, taking them out, good fucking luck. I hope you got a crane. Bringing the new one in, you can fucking throw it through the window. You know what I mean? I mean, and again, you're paying twice, 3 times, 4 times as much. It's lasting not even half the time that the other ones would last. The one that you just took out of your home that was put in fucking 1930 that you've been using for the last, I don't know, every night for how many years. And then you put the new one in and you get problems right away. The clock don't work. One of the burners is broken. It's piss poorly made. The glass is cracked. The delivery sucks. There's dents all over it because the fucking delivery drivers don't give a shit. Whatever it may be. And again, those delivery drivers probably don't give a shit because they're getting paid shit. Because their benefits are shit and they get treated like shit. And you can see how that kind of works its way down the fucking chain, right? Treat your employees right, pay your employees well, you get a good fucking service, and the majority of the time. The majority of the time you're getting a good service, the customer remains happy. Good services mean things remain functional. Less bullshit and less maintenance and less fixing has to be done if it's done the right way the first time than if you go and you put a Band-Aid or, you don't put a fucking Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. Anyway, sorry to get into that rant, but you guys understand, I'm sure. Everybody here, oh, thank you so much, fucking Peter. I'm so sorry I didn't see that go by. I was in the middle of my rant. I do apologize. But Peter, thank you so much for the 50 gifted Boston Brian memberships. That is absolutely incredible. Thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. I hope you had an awesome one. And again, can't thank you enough for that incredible contribution, Pete. Just can't thank you enough, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But again, you guys have lived and have the experience to back me up on this, right? I mean, just think about the appliances that your grandparents were using or that your parents were using or that you used for a period of time growing up, right? And then think about how much you're paying for the appliances now. And this is just one aspect of life. I mean, forget just getting into buying a home to begin with, to even have and afford the opportunity to have a home, to have 4 walls, to even have the problem to think about, oh, I got to buy a dishwasher. Oh, I got to buy a fucking oven or a stove. I mean, God bless if you're in that position, because that means you're doing fucking damn well. That means you're doing a lot better than most people in this fucking country if you're in that position, because a lot of people can't even fathom, can't even think about it. having enough money or saving enough money to be able to buy a home now by yourself or raise a family, in today's day and age with what you're getting paid at your job. It's crazy. It's crazy to think, right? So that's just another good thing to see here. We're going to continue to highlight these victories, as I said, I don't care where the fuck they are in the country. I don't care what county they're in. I don't care if it's deep blue, deep red, purple, whatever it is. We're going to highlight every single one of these times that the American people have chosen to speak up against Donald Trump, against the Republican Party, and for the democratic way of governance in this country. So there was, I believe, another video. I think there was a video on this as well. Yeah, let me throw this on real quick because Ben from Midas Touch kind of went over this Iowa victory a little bit. So let me just dive into this, and he'll give a kind of a recap on not only the election results there, but also just to kind of recap I believe he recaps the other election victories that we've seen recently to kind of, show how they're stacking up, not only how they're stacking up, but the overwhelming showing by the Democrats. Right? Just the overperformance of the Democrats is another aspect, not just that they're winning or that they gained points, but how many points they're gaining in these areas and how big the victories were where they won. It's definitely something we need to pay attention to. So I really do appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you for spending your time here. I know it's New Year's Eve, and I really can't thank you enough. So make sure you hit that like button. Please share the show out. Subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to 20,000 subscribers. And again, I can't thank you guys enough for helping me get to that goal. 1,000 members. We're on our way there as well. So appreciate you guys. Let's dive into it.
Republicans just got wiped out yet again in another special election in Iowa. MAGA Republicans are getting crushed in Iowa. A Democrat by the name of Renee Hardman will go on to win Iowa State Senate District Seat 16 with 71.5% of the vote. She won by 43 points in this race against the MAGA Republican candidate Lucas Lofton. This is a 27-point Democrat overperformance from 2024. Kamala Harris won this district by 16. Now, Hardman's victory has major implications in the legislature as well. It blocks a GOP supermajority, and it makes history as the first Black woman elected to the Iowa State Senate. Now, this follows other big Democratic wins during special elections. You will recall back in January, Mike Zimmer flipped a plus 21 Donald Trump seat, and Zimmer went on to win that special election. That was a flip. Then there was another flip, you'll recall, back a few months ago, where Democrat Caitlin Dray flipped Iowa's Senate District 1, a district that Donald Trump won by 11.5 points in 2024. She defeated Republican Christopher Proschk in a landslide special election, breaking the GOP.
And the bad thing is, well, not the bad thing is, but the tough thing is, and I'm sure a lot of people aren't even privy to this information, aren't even aware to the extent of how many of these different, albeit smaller, sometimes smaller elections and smaller positions, but also just dominant performances in these elections. So again, just to be able to spread the awareness, to be able to spread the news and highlight these different election victories by the Democrats, I'm hoping to get more people on board to say, okay, it's I know things are doomy and gloomy right now. I know it's fucking hard to swallow. It's hard to put your head on the pillow at night knowing that Donald Trump has, the remaining time that he has in office. But there are absolutely signs in which this country is fucking fed up. And we need to make sure that we highlight those moments in those election victories that point that out. And I appreciate you guys for being here as I do so.
Supermajority. There, it wasn't even close. And now you had to have this Democratic hold for the Senate District Seat 16, and the Democrat overperformed by 43 points. Let's dig into it deeper. By the way, this is a photo right here of Renee Hardman, who won this special election. Here's how The Hill reports it. Hardman is a West Des Moines mayor pro temp. She defeated Republican Lucas Lofton to fill the seat that has been vacant since State Senator Claire Celsi died in October. With Hardman's win, Iowa Democrats are closing out the year strong. Back in January, Democrat Mike Zimmer flipped the Iowa State Senate district that had overwhelmingly voted for Trump in 2024. Back in August, Caitlin Dray flipped another open state Senate seat, breaking the GOP supermajority then. Her win is also the last in a string of notable victories for the party nationwide.
And just listen to the places that we're talking about. Like I said, Tennessee, Kentucky, Mississippi, Virginia, right? I mean, these aren't like fucking Democrat strongholds by any stretch of the imagination. I mean, these are notable victories in places that should be raising some fucking eyebrows, and I'm sure it is over there at the RNC, right? The old GOP, I'm sure, is taking a lot of notice for this to this right here. And I don't know if it's going to matter, because I don't think they're going to be able to get anything across to Donald Trump that's going to be able to, change the fucking path that he has set forth for his second administration. There's no stopping it right now. There's no stopping the fact that people understand that he's far more, in a way, pro-Putin and pro-Russia than he is by any stretch of the imagination pro-Ukraine. Right? I don't think anybody in the world is now thinking that his, the Epstein files is a Democratic hoax made up by Bill Clinton and all these. Again, let's put this in perspective. The shit that has come out of the fucking Republicans' mouth, the shit that has come out of fucking Donald Trump's mouth ranges from, it's all Democrats in the Epstein files and continue to look at the pictures of Bill Clinton, to, at the farthest reaches of the other fucking side of their arguments, it's all a Democrat hoax literally written and made up by Hillary and Bill Clinton, in which they installed pictures of Bill on Epstein Island and on the plane. How do you put those two together, right? I mean, I'm just telling you, that's how crazy it's gotten, right? And people aren't buying it. The Epstein files thing ain't going away. Not fucking going away. It's not fucking falling through the cracks. It's just not going to happen. Too many too many eyeballs, right? Too much fucking information. It's just too many lies have been told. The cover-up's way too fucking blatant and big. It's just not going to happen. You can't get over it. You can't get over the fact that, again, 20% of our navies down in the Caribbean, as we've killed over 110 individuals without due process, without a shred of evidence given to anybody, shown to anybody to corroborate the statements, the accusations made by the Department of Defense, right? Nothing. I mean, and the list continues to go on and on and on and on. Cost of living, affordability that Donald Trump said he made up. Groceries, another word he said he made up. Legitimately made the fucking words up, he says. What? And again, those things haven't changed. People are still going to be rightly pissed off about that. People aren't going to forget that they're paying more and more and more and more, regardless of what store they go to, regardless of what fucking service they need. Right? That's just, people aren't going to forget about that. Rather, Republicans are noticing it more and more and more, as we talked about the MAGA civil war that continues to spread. Right? And I think we can now add cost of living to the three elements that I kind of break the MAGA civil war down in. That being Israel, anti-Israel and pro-Israel factions of the MAGA base, right? And then you got the Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk murder situation. And then you got the Epstein files, right? Well, I think you can kind of start adding affordability, right? You can start adding the cost of living as a fourth instinct, as a fourth kind of benefactor, if you will, to that fight, to the MAGA civil war, where even now people on fucking Donald Trump's own side are getting getting fed up, are getting sick and tired, whether it was the farmers that we saw, right, that actively told everybody that they voted for Donald Trump. But hey, why the fuck are we sending $40 billion to Argentina? While, again, the policies that you've put in place are killing farmers because China is now not doing business with the United States. And again, this is what they were saying before Donald Trump made that handshake verbal deal with Xi Jinping, that Xi Jinping and China has not been fulfilling. Remember, we read that article here where they had agreed to buy a certain amount of soybeans again from the United States. And, very similar to the first administration, Trump administration, where he put fucking farmers in an incredibly tough position the first time, and then found it necessarily to have to bail them out with billions and billions and billions of dollars, right? Same exact fucking thing. China said they were going to agree to, I believe it was a 3-part deal in the first administration. I don't think they fulfilled even one single part of that deal. Second, same thing here. We read an article saying, yes, they agreed to buy more soybeans from the United States, but they have yet to fulfill even anywhere remotely close to that, to the obligation or to what they stated they were going to buy. So again, we gave up concessions. We gave up things to only have a promise from an authoritarian dictator in Xi Jinping to not then fulfill that promise. Again, putting farmers in harm's way, just so that people like Peter Thiel and JD Vance and their, Acre Trader app that they started could go and scoop up percentages and whole farms when they went out of business. So regardless of their policies that are putting farmers out of business, there are people in the Republican Party, like, again, J.D. Vance, Peter Thiel, that are going to profit, that are going to gain off of the misery, off of the destruction, off of the degradation of the farmers, the people that feed the people in this country, right? So you can see the full circle, how it goes full circle. Let me put in shitty policies that's going to destroy the farmer. When I destroy the farmer, let me set up a company on the back end so that I can scoop up these farms for fucking pennies on the dollar, and then sell them at exorbitant prices or change them and build them, put them into fucking data centers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the possibilities are endless at that point when you own the land. When you've stolen the land from the people that have rightly worked and tilled and fucking, bled and sweat over that land for generations in their family. But, things like this, good to see. Where are we on time? All right, yeah, I'm going to dive into just a little bit of this. We touched on this yesterday. We'll finish up with another I've Had a podcast clip because they're talking about Donald Trump in some bulletproof bunker in his ballroom, which, again, has been kind of a theory that's been out there, but I'm kind of curious their take on it. But before we dive into that, I do want to get into just a couple more minutes of what we started yesterday. I played the preview to this yesterday, and this is Kaylin Robertson, again, speaking with Nick Shirley being that fucking propagandistic hack who considers himself a journalist, who, again, was the one to release what he was calling a breaking news documentary about the Minnesota fraud. Again, the fraud that was uncovered, investigated, and prosecuted to a large extent about 3 years ago. So again, he broke no information. He broke no stories on that. Basically, what they're doing is reigniting that story, reigniting that to, again, corroborate or back up the recent racist remarks by Donald Trump, and again, continue their campaign against immigrants, can continue their campaign against people of color, like we've seen ICE and DHS undertake in recent months, right? So that's the basic reasons as they want to do it. This, though, again, we've been diving into a little bit of the history of Nick Shirley, which, again, will tell you a lot about what you can or shouldn't believe, or what you should look for and what you should, kind of pay attention to in his work, quote unquote. But this is just a little bit more of the Kaylin Robertson interview with Nick Shirley after, again, Nick Shirley did a blatant piece of Russian propaganda inside Ukraine after the full-scale invasion started, trying to make it seem like the American taxpayer money, the American dollars that were being sent to Ukraine were being mishandled, misused, and that, apparently people in Kyiv were only using that money to buy expensive cars, right, and live in exorbitant fucking apartment buildings. That's basically the gist of what he tried to get through. So I just want to play just a couple more minutes of this. As you can see him shake in his boots, as you can see how he's been caught red-handed doing propaganda, especially as we've been talking about the Russian propaganda networks actually picked up Nick's video and used that to the best of their ability for their benefit, to try to corroborate and go against and highlight some of the bullshit talking points from the Republican Party in this country, talking about corruption and we shouldn't be sending money and, F the people of Ukraine, all that nonsense. Well, he also did that with Israel, too. So we dove into a little bit yesterday of his Israeli propaganda piece as well. So he's got multiple pieces out there. He was also on with Pretty Big Douchebag, the PBD podcast recently. So he's talking about how he's gained, I think it was something like 800,000 followers or something in a few days. But you can see the spotlight and the highlighting about from the normal, everyday, most talked about fucking MAGA right-wing accounts, and how this is being used to, again, perpetrate and continue this rhetoric, continue this agenda against brown and black people. So again, I want to dive into just a couple minutes of this if I can. I really do appreciate you watching. And then we'll finish off with the I've had it ladies talking about this so-called bulletproof bunker under Donald Trump's ballroom. So stick with me. I appreciate it. Again, this is calling out Nick Shirley, the douchebag responsible for the recent documentary, he calls it, supposedly, which he didn't, breaking news, breaking ground on Minnesota fraud that was already, again, uncovered, investigated, prosecuted to a large extent, and then again for a lot of the cases that he talked about, not even for anything related to do with fraud, right? And then in some instances, he went to these daycares before the business hours, before the hours that children were actually supposed to be there, right? And then he made it look like, okay, they're open, but there's no kids there. Well, okay, the kids aren't supposed to be there yet. You could actually see on his phone that he was there at 1 o'clock. The kids weren't supposed to show up till 2:30. But what he did is he blurred out the sign on the fucking front door that actually said that, so that people couldn't discern, okay, he's there before the normal hours of operation, and that's why it's empty. That's why it looks like that. Right. And again, this isn't to say that cases of fraud should not be uncovered. Cases of fraud should not be investigated, prosecuted, regardless of nationality, race, color, creed, who's doing it. I don't give a fuck. Right. That's not to say that. But again, to not call this out as the blatant propaganda usage and trying to highlight this as breaking news from today, to denigrate, to demonize an entire population of people based off of the recent statements of the President of the United States and the ongoing efforts of ICE and the racist white Christian nationalists of our fucking administration, is a whole different story. It's a whole different ballgame, right? Because again, I await very impatiently Nick Shirley's video about Rick Scott and the Medicare fraud, or any other fraud that has been undertaken or uncovered by white people in this country. Because it seems to be a pretty clear agenda as to why this is being highlighted, as to why this is being so fucking talked about. Why Twitter is blown up with this and not the, thousands and thousands and thousands of other cases of fraud that we could point to that don't involve people of color in this country. All right, so let's just dive into a little bit of this from Kalen. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Slava Ukraina, Heroyam Slava, fuck ICE, fuck Donald Trump, just in case you wonder where we lie here in this show.
Came here to Ukraine and produced one of the most egregious pieces of propaganda I've seen since the start of this war. His video undermining the war and showing that apparent taxpayers' money.
And again, shout out to Kalen Robertson. And let me just give a shout out to his channel. I want to give credit where credit is due. This is Kalen Robertson, got 248,000 subscribers on YouTube. This was posted about a year ago. And this is titled Nick Shirley Confronted Over Infamous Kyiv Propaganda Video. So again, shout out to Kalen for the work that he does. And yeah, I would advise anybody that is, again, pro-Ukrainian, looking to continue to get insights and information about what's happening over there, to follow Kalen's account.
Is being wasted on luxury cars here, has amassed millions of views, hundreds of thousands of comments, and it's been shared by some of the Kremlin's biggest mouthpieces. So I have an exclusive interview with Nick to find out exactly why he did this.
And again, on the left-hand side, as you was just talking, you can see that propaganda piece kind of playing in the background, where Nick Shirley on the left-hand side of your screen, clearly making these, I don't know what you'd call it, the TikTok faces, right, to try to get a point across, and without saying words, while just kind of giving a look. And you can see on the screen as it says POV, you're in Ukraine, spelled "you're" wrong, right? So right off the bat, we know he's a moron. You're in Ukraine, and you realize where your taxes are going. So again, just let's take the grammatical mistakes out of it, right? Let's try not to get too frustrated by that. And again, let's just look at what he's trying to do here. And it's pretty clear. I mean, there's no beating around the bush here. And we'll see just how nervous he is in response to this and his bullshit excuses and how he goes back and forth. Well, it's satire, but the American people also have a right to know. Well, that doesn't make any sense, because if it's satire, then what you're showing the American people isn't actually what they think they want to know, if it's satire, right? So basically what he's doing here is he's trying to make it seem like the cars he's walking by, you can see a Porsche. I'm not sure what this one in the front is, maybe a BMW SUV or something like that, maybe a Range Rover in the back. But what he's trying to do is trying to be like, okay, why are we sending billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine? Again, not knowing that the vast majority of those funds was actually spent inside of the United States through United States companies actually providing good paying jobs to American workers, and actually going into the U.S. economy, and then we're sending over weapons and ammunition. Not only that, but older used equipment from the United States stockpile that not only has already seen military action and fucking training, but it's already been paid for. It's already seen its use. It's already been fucking paid for time and time again, right? So we're not really losing anything by sending those things over. So put that out of the picture. But what he's trying to say is basically your U.S. dollars are coming to Ukraine and they're buying Porsches. That's basically the gist of the video that he tried to get across. And that was picked up by Russian propaganda, as you knew it was fucking gonna be. And not only that, but he even engaged with those Russian propaganda accounts. So it wasn't like he just, willy-nilly found out one day that Russian propaganda decided to use his video. He was fucking thrilled about it. He was fucking thrilled about it, engaged with it, said, yep, fucking here we go. I told you. Even the Russians can see it. So here, I'll let him continue. Here you go.
And it's been shared by some of the Kremlin's biggest mouthpieces. So I have an exclusive interview with Nick to find out exactly why he did this. Well, let me know when you're good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I spoke to your fixers and they said that they took you to Bucha, where there are mass graves. They said that they took you to a hospital that was bombed. Having seen all of that, why is it that you decided for your first report to be about the luxury of Kyiv? And
easy, because he has an agenda. Easy. The agenda was not to point out the mass slaughter of Ukrainians by the Russian military. It wasn't to point out the mass raping or the mass pillaging or the mass plundering or the mass destruction of Ukrainian towns, villages, and cities. It had nothing to do with that. So you can ask him all you want how he could see mass graves. Supposedly, allegedly, he was taken to Bucha, where the mass graves were, shown the fucking mass graves, right? Taken to other spots, apparently, allegedly, around the city, talked to people that have been bombed out of their homes, have lost fucking people in the bombings. And what he decided to do, what his takeaway from all that, the one video that he put out was about the fucking Porsche on this one street in the city of Kyiv that some guy has probably had for quite some time now, right? Who knows what the guy does for work? I mean, it's completely irrelevant. Completely irrelevant. But you would think if you're doing, quote unquote, real journalism, that you would actively want to report on the most atrocious fucking acts that have, that you've been shown. But no, it's the Porsche on this one street in Kyiv that he decided to make the fucking video on. And it's clear as to why he would do that, because it fit with his narrative. It fit with the narrative that he knew would get picked up on places like Twitter by people like fucking Elon Musk and like the cult that is the MAGA base, because of the talking points that they had already established at that time.
Americans' tax dollars being wasted?
That's a good question. Quite frankly, I'm still putting together the documentary I had. That was a clip I filmed just walking around while I was in Kyiv. And I do believe that.
So it's a good question you're just not going to answer? That it's a good question you just have no fucking response to whatsoever? A good question. It's a really good question why I didn't show the mass graves and why I instead decided to show a Porsche and a fucking Tesla. It's a good question, but I apparently have absolutely no answer for that. And I'm not even sure because he does say at one point in this interview that like the full documentary is supposed to come out Sunday. I'm not even sure that was ever even put out. I'm not even sure he ever put out another fucking video for his fucking trip. I can't confirm or deny that. I'll look up later after the show, in between shows. I'll see if he actually did put out that documentary, but I'd be surprised if he did.
Here in the United States, there's a lot of misconceptions as far as where tax dollars are being sent. And we have the right to understand where things are going.
Okay, so does that sound like somebody that was doing satire? Or does that sound like somebody that was trying to, again, use his time there to accurately uncover some conspiracy that was perpetrated by the Republicans back here in the United States? Does that sound like satire? Because in just a couple seconds, he's going to say it was satire. Well, then, okay, then you weren't actually pointing out what people back home in the States think is active and ongoing corruption if it's satire. You see how you can't have it both ways in this instance?
By posting a video like that doesn't make me a pro-Russian by any means. By every mean, I'm very pro.
No, but you seeing that it's been actively picked up by Russian propaganda, used for their propagandistic purposes, used to justify and to the benefit of their own side against, again, our ally, right? You would think that at that moment in time, you would either take down the video, do some fucking cease and desist to the people in the Russian fucking media that had been using your piece. Again, force them to label it as satire, whatever it may be, whatever fucking legal rights you have at that moment in time, right? Or again, at the very least, take down the video as it's being misused in a way you didn't intend it to be. But you didn't do that. You engaged with the Russian propaganda. The video till this day is still up. And it fits right in line with the other propaganda pieces that you've done in Israel, right? And then the most recent one here on the so-called Minnesota fraud that he did not uncover in Minnesota by the Somali community.
Ukrainian.
Well, you're saying there's a lot of misconceptions about where the American tax dollars are going. Do you think you're adding to those misconceptions by showing a few luxury cars in the capital of this country and then pulling silly faces? Do you think you're actually adding to that?
I do not actually. I think a lot of the times and a lot of the things that we do see in the United States, I think there are a lot of misconceptions that we see from the United States. And by putting a video out like that,
you know what's great about these misconceptions, ladies and gentlemen? What year is it? It's 2025, currently going into 2026. Now, if you have some major misconceptions, is there like something, I don't know, that I'm thinking of that maybe, I don't know, like at your fingertips, like at all times of the day, even if you don't take your PC out, even if you don't have a laptop, there's like this thing that we have that has the ability to provide you with so many fucking answers. If you just kind of look in the right areas, if you corroborate it, if you confirm it through different fucking notable and you know, what's the word I'm looking for? You know, sources, reliable sources, right? Then you should be able to kind of do away with those, or at least a few of those misconceptions right off the bat. It's pretty funny how that happens, because all I typed in, right, is this, and you could have easily done this yourself, right? Let me throw this on the screen. And been like, I could have saved you a ton of money and a ton of miles traveling to Ukraine if that's all you wanted to go and see. A substantial portion of the U.S. aid designated for the Ukrainian response is actually spent within the United States. Fuck. Primarily on replenishing U.S. military stockpiles and supporting American defense industries and workers. Isn't that fucking weird? I mean, it's almost like you could have done the research right there. And like, there's different articles that you could pull up, right? This one is lawfaremedia.org. What do you see? This one's got the link here. Fact check. Does most U.S. aid go to Ukraine? Yep. December 8th, 2024. Yes. Nearly 70% of the $175 billion of U.S. aid at the time was spent inside the United States. It's crazy the amount of information that you could have at your fingertips in about fucking 0.2 seconds, so that you could save yourself from looking like a complete arsehole in front of the entire fucking country, right? Or having an entire fucking nation, the nation of Ukraine, pissed off at you and wanted to bash your brains in, while the entire nation of Russia wants to fucking, I won't say it, but things that people move to Russia for a specific reason. That's why they move to Russia, because that Russia is more lenient with this crime. That's what they want to do to him, and then they want to use his propaganda. But don't look it up. These misconceptions are fucking so, like, there's no way for you to come out with an answer for that until or unless you travel all the way to Ukraine, you see mass graves, but you report on a fucking Tesla. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable, right? And again, this is the guy they want us to believe is doing like journalistic work right now, and is like breaking news stories all over the fucking joint. Get the fuck out of here. Who do you think? I'm fucking stupid? Huh? You know how to spell your. There he is. I'll just show this before we put on the we'll finish it with the I've had it, but check this out. Here he is on
Cool pranks.
Here he is on the Pretty Big Douchebag podcast, right? So we won't play any of this, but this is posted 4 hours ago. Already got 313,000 views here on YouTube. And this whole program, this whole thing is with him, right? The first segment, how Nick exposed Minneapolis fraud, which he didn't, whistleblowers, and then Nick's border coverage, which was useless, the threats he's received, Tim Walz's involvement. Again, there was something like 59 or 60 different convictions under Joe Biden's administration and while Tim Walz was governor within these fraud allegations, within these fucking cases. Again, it's already been discovered. It's already been fucking investigated. It's been prosecuted. People have been fucking put in prison. There's been convictions. So please explain to me how this is breaking news and nothing more than just a regurgitated news story to at the appropriate time to, again, align with what the president of the United States is saying as far as racist, bigoted rhetoric. I'm all ears. All right, let's dive into this. We only got a couple minutes left here. And again, this is the I've Had It. Ladies, Jen, and Pumps with I've Had It podcast, talking about this potential bulletproof bunker under this ballroom. And again, I've heard it been said. I've heard it been fucking speculated, considering the companies that we saw invest in this ballroom. Why would they need a ballroom? Why would they want anything to do with them? Anyway, but let's dive into just a couple of minutes of this, and I'll get you guys out of here. Stick around at the end of the show at 11. I'm going to send it off on this space, but stick around here on Blunt Politics, and I'd like to highlight and say thank you to everybody that sent in a super chat, super sticker, a Venmo, anything like that. So I'm going to send it off, send it over to this space, and Jeff Waldorf, if he's on. I'm not sure. Maybe he might be on vacation still. But if he is, stick around, and I'll make sure to thank everybody afterwards. All right, so don't go nowhere.
People with dementia start telling you the truth from time to time. They wonder and wonder and wonder, but think about old people that you know on their deathbed. They'll say, well, you know, my oldest child was always my favorite, and the truth trickles out. So I've said the last few months, we need to keep an eye on everything that the leader of the—
terrible. Does that actually happen? Does that actually happen? Do old people just like come out with the truth right at the end there? Like, I never fucking liked you anyway, kid. I liked your sister way better. Like, Jesus. Hopefully I don't run across that in my life.
Unfree world, which is now Kanks. He is not the leader of the free world. He is the leader of the unfree world, as reference to the fascist leaders with whom he wants to collaborate. Well, I've been listening to a lot of the things that he says in his rambling speeches, and this one particularly got my attention. Play the clip.
As an example, I'm doing a magnificent, big, beautiful ballroom that the country has wanted, the White House has wanted for 150 years. It's a massive job, and it's a tiny fraction of that number. And we're under budget and ahead of schedule. Now it's bigger than I told you. After realizing we're going to do the inauguration in that building, it's got all bulletproof glass. It's got all they call it drone-free roof.
Okay, right there.
Drones.
Oh my God. They call it drone-free roof. Drone-free roof. What are the chances that's what it's called? Drone-free roof. Okay.
Why is he talking about the inauguration? Bulletproof.
We got bullet-free windows. We got drone-free roofs. We got scuff-free dance floors. Oh, drone-free roof, they call it. That's what they call it. Affordability groceries, drone-free roof.
Glass and a drone-free roof.
Somebody said, is that a Trump statement or is that real?
Whose inauguration is he discussing there? Typically, the incoming president-elect will determine where they want their inauguration. Typically, it's on the mall. And he recently, because he knew that
that's another good fucking point too, though. Like, what the fuck? Who is he to be deciding when the next inauguration is? Where it's going to be held and where it's not going to be held. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with you? You're going to be, hopefully, fucking your last breath had been taken well before that. But if not, you're absolutely going to have no say in the matter, right? I mean, you'll be the lamest of fucking lame ducks by that point, no matter what. So. Why are we talking about that? And all of a sudden you're putting in bulletproof. Is that how much you want the next Democrat to be safe?
Inauguration in his second term was going to be poorly attended. He moved it inside because of weather, because we know how these MAGA men that pretend to be alphas are snowflakes because of cold weather, I guess. But he's already talking about the inauguration, like it's a foregone conclusion. The inauguration is going to be held in there with bulletproof glass. And I just thought this was really, really
I mean, I gotta stop here too, because I gotta jump over to Jeff over on this space. But I mean, nothing says the president of peace. Nothing says the most popular president in the history of the world, right? Nothing says like the president that everybody in the world wanted to have the Nobel Peace Prize, quite like needing bulletproof glass and drone-free roof at a place where you'll be speaking or potentially be dancing or be at any point. Nothing says I'm so fucking popular that I need bulletproof everything like that does. But thank you to everybody once again on this space. I really do appreciate you over there, whether it's the mods, whether it's the fans, the people watching in the chat, or if it's Matt for putting it together, all the great creators who are established and affiliated with it. Thank you guys so much. I wish you all the happiest of New Year's. Thank you for all the support that you've shown. I can't thank you enough. I really can. I really do appreciate it. So I'm going to shoot it over to Jeff now, or again, my apologies if he's still on vacation. I'll shoot it over to another creator on this space. I really do appreciate it. Enjoy your time tonight. Be careful, be safe. It is amateur hour, and again, I hope you all have the best 2026, and I hope you spend some time here at Blunt Politics. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right. I do appreciate you guys over here at Blunt Politics as well. The best chat on earth. Let me throw you guys on the stage. There you are. Hey, guys. How are you? How's everybody doing? I see you. How's everybody doing? All right. So I really can't thank you enough. I can't. It's been a really fantastic end of 2025 for Blunt Politics. Like I said in the other show, I really do feel like we're kind of hitting our stride here. Like I said, also, I probably only going to be a matter of time before we add the Monday show. It's the only day really right now during the week that we don't have a show. And again, with all the ongoing news coverage, everything that we're going to have to be diving into with the importance of the upcoming midterms, and we're going to need to fill that space. So look for that coming up soon. Look for also hopefully an alliance, a partnership, a campaign run with the 69th Sniffing Brigade. Again, nothing set in stone yet. I don't want to lead anybody on, but I'm hopefully trying to get that set up so we can start our own campaign here. Brian's Brigade, or Boston's Brigade, or something like that, where we can contribute to vehicles, and we can hopefully be responsible for sending some vehicles over to Ukraine and being helpful where the United States and Donald Trump will not be anymore. Not only that, but hopefully we'll be speaking to, again, the lead singer of the Dropkick Murphys, Ken Casey, next week. That's going to be fantastic. So stick around. Lots to come, not only in the new year, but also with Blunt Politics in general. I can't thank you guys enough for the growth that we've seen in 2025, the support that you've shown to me in 2025, and even before that. But, this year has been a good year. I really am happy with the way the channel has grown. I'm happy with the mods that I have. I'm happy with the fans. I'm happy with the chat. You guys are amazing, fantastic, and wonderful. And again, I just want to make sure that you guys are feeling as appreciated as I want you to feel, right? As I recognize you guys to be. Sorry if I fucked that one up. But all right, let's get into the Venmos. Make sure. Sorry, my nose is running too. I do apologize. Let's get into the Venmos. I'll thank you guys here, and then we'll get into thanking everybody on the old YouTubes. And then I'll get you guys out of here to celebrate the rest of your 2025. I can't thank you guys enough. Let me see here. Some transacciones. Peter, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. I'm going to run down the list from everybody from the last couple days just to make sure I don't miss anybody. So Peter, Roxanne, who else? Monica, Jenny Faye, Yakov, Allison, thank you so much. Robert, thank you so much. Moms, thank you so much. Tom and Victoria, thank you all so much. Linda, Karen, Laurie, Dame, Brian, who else here? Teresa, Ricky, Claudia, Jim, Yakov, right now, just send it in. I thank you. Nancy, thank you so much. Anybody that I'm missing, I really do apologize. I'm going back as far as I can to make sure that everybody gets their appreciation. Garrett, thank you so much. My sister Kelly, thank you. Dad, thank you. Travis, thank you. Elaine, Joanna, thank you so much. Linda, if I didn't say it already, just thank you guys all. Barry, just for your contributions over the last few months, few weeks. It really goes a long way in helping this channel, making sure that, tells me that I made the right move. That's all. It tells me that I made the right move, that, regardless, that at least a few people care what I have to say. And again, it means a lot to me. So thank you. And let me get into everybody here on YouTube. So I don't miss a single friggin' person. Again, there's also, and I screw this up all the time. There's also up at the top here, you can see the Venmo. There's also PayPal, because I know sometimes people don't do Venmo for whatever reason. So if you have PayPal, this is the PayPal QR code. So you just, again, same thing as Venmo, take a picture, $1 or $2. That's all I ask for. I will never ask for anything more than $1 or $2 from you guys. Anything over that, above that, is totally 100% up to you guys. If you feel that I am deserving of more than that, I appreciate that, and thank you so much. But I will never, ever in my life ask you for anything more than that as a just general contributions. I can't thank you enough. Again, there's YouTube memberships. There's patreon.com/Boston Brian. We're going over kind of an overhaul right now on the Patreon page to try to kind of re-update some of the perks and some of the things that you get, because a lot of things have changed. And again, I want to be as transparent as possible. I hide nothing behind a paywall. There's no incentives to, again, come out of pocket with more money to see extra content that other people won't see. I find that to be disgusting for channels to do, considering people have been watching them for so long. Like, why would you not be privy to any information or opinions or again, news that they come out with because you don't have $1 or $2 at that specific moment in time? Not going to happen here at Blunt Politics, I promise you. That's why I rely solely on the viewers, the passion, the generosity of you guys, and it's gotten me this far. So I'm not changing. I'm not fucking changing. But that just means, again, full transparency. There's just less incentive really to sign up at the Patreon. I know a lot of these people hide shit behind paywalls, and they say if you sign up at this level, get you access to this content, and you can do this and you'll see this early. I think that's all bullshit and ridiculous. If you find value in the content, if you find value in the creator, if you like the chat, if you like the mods, whatever it may be, that's why you should kind of contribute to that channel, and not the fucking you get to see something that other people wouldn't get to see. That's just not how I'm going to roll. Again, gives you less incentive, but I'm open, I'm honest, I'm upfront about it, and I will continue to be with you guys. So thank you to everybody in the backbone of this community, whether it's YouTube memberships, patreon.com, super chat, super stickers. Let's get into thanking some people here on the YouTubes. All right, JJ, what's up, brother? What's happening, man? Thank you so much. But at least he can ID animals on a card. Oh man, I missed that joke. JJ, I had one lined up. I apologize. Fuck. I was going to say he could figure out a giraffe, but he couldn't figure out a fucking bald eagle. My bad, JJ. Good one. You got there ahead of me. I appreciate you, brother. Damn, I always mess up on something. I always mess up on something. But I thank you, JJ. Thank you, Dame. JJ, DD. Appreciate you guys. Animals. No. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you, Wes. Happy New Year to you guys. How much is too much? Never. 222 is perfect, and I appreciate you, Wes, for being here for me as always. Can't thank you enough, brother. Same thing with Nina. Thank you for the $10 super chat. I really do appreciate it, Nina. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. What's up, Crustacean Nation? She says, and Happy New Year to everybody. Right back at you from everybody here, not only from my family to yours, but everybody in the Blunt Politics family as well, Nina. Thank you so much. Hope you have a great day. Thank you, Simon, for the £5. Appreciate that. Happy New Year, brother. Thank you so much for watching, wherever you may be watching over there across the pond. And is that your pup in a scally cap? Hold on. I was going to push the mic on. Let me see. It is. Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. Tell the fur baby I said hello. Please give the pup a nice belly rub and a treat for me, Simon. I appreciate your contributions. I appreciate you watching, man. I really do. Thank you so much. And to you and your family, Happy New Year, brother. Thanks. I love that. It's a great picture, too, by the way. Thank you, Sunshine Boston, 1974. First night in Boston or New York, ball from TV, HNY, Boston Brian. God damn it. I love the contribution. Love the name. Not quite sure what we're going where that's going. First night in Boston for me or you? Either way, no, it wouldn't be my first night in Boston. And B, I'm in California, unfortunately. I made the move about 6-7 months ago at this point, probably a little more. Or new. First night in Boston or new? New York ball from TV, HNYBB. Well, what I'm going to say is thank you so much for your contributions to the channel. Happy New Year. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'm sure at some point tonight, this is going to hit me and it's going to be like, oh, that's what it meant. But at right this point in time, I do apologize. I'm a bit slow on the upkeep. I'm not following. I apologize. My bad. But no, I'm actually in Orange County, California. Moved from Massachusetts, like I said, about probably 7-8 months ago at this point. But I appreciate you. Thank you so much for your contribution. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. Thank you so much, Pete. Let's go. Round of applause for Pete here, man. Thank you so much. Thank you, dude. I really can't thank you enough. 50 gifted memberships is just an enormous contribution for anybody to make to any channel. So I can't thank you enough. And I hope I show the accurate amount of appreciation that I have for that type of contribution. Any contribution at that is appreciated. But again, that is just massively above and beyond anything that is expected or required. Not that anything is required, but I think hopefully you get what I'm saying. But thank you, Pete. I really can't thank you enough. Again, not only for your contributions here at Blunt Politics, but your contributions all over the independent media space, whether it be my channel, but again, I see you all over the place supporting and helping communities all over the YouTube space and independent progressive media, democratic space. So big ups to you for all of the work that you do, Pete. Appreciate you and Happy New Year, brother. Simon, back at it. Let's go. Member for 4 months. Just noticed I've reached another milestone. Let's go. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And congratulations on your milestone. I appreciate you showing your loyalty here. I appreciate you continuously showing back up to support not only democracy here, but democracy all over the world. And we very much appreciate your support. We really do. It's an honor to fight side by side with people from all over the planet that have the same morals, beliefs, and principles that we do here and that are willing to speak up and stand up for those principles. So thank you, Simon, once again. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Carol, as well, for becoming a new YouTube member. Really do appreciate that, Carol. Can't say thank you enough. Beautiful picture of the lights there, the Northern Lights. That's really, really beautiful. If you took that, I am absolutely jealous of the moment in time where you took that, because that's a stunning, stunning picture. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Cat Cookie. Here's to a better 2026. Here, my friend. Cheers to everybody. Much appreciated to you. Slancha, I hope everybody has a safe, happy, and, kind of a chill night. I know. It's New Year's Eve, but again, we all know it's amateur hour. But appreciate you, Cat Cookie. Thank you so much. Please give the fur baby a belly rub and a treat for me. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year in 2026. That goes for Intune Orange as well. I want more people to hear Boston Brian's views. I would very much appreciate that. I do appreciate the kind words, and I would very much appreciate anybody that has kind of the same sentiment. If you share the show out, I know it's a pain in the ass. I know there's a lot of instructions at a lot of the fucking podcasts, and you kind of, hey, share this and like and subscribe and all this bullshit. But it really, really, really does help. Like, again, I don't like the self-promotional aspect of this whole thing. Anybody that's watched me for enough time knows that. I just can't fucking stand it. I don't want to have to do it, but it is the unnecessary part of this job that has to be fucking talked about. It just, there's no way for me to do this if I'm homeless and living on the street at the same time. It can't happen. So I have to keep the lights on. I have to have the equipment and the mics and the ability to keep up with the information and the subscriptions to different things, and food in my belly. So thank you guys for making that possible. I can't thank you enough. And again, just sharing that show out on Blue Sky, on on Substack, wherever you guys are, on Threads, Instagram, whether it's fucking Facebook. Just share the show out to friends, family, coworkers. Who knows? You might get one hooked on there. You might find somebody that may not have watched a show like this before, but they find something about it that they like, or that they can watch more than other shows, and you can maybe, I don't know, sway them in a little bit or a couple of their beliefs. We're trying to make a difference here. And the more people that watch, the more people that share, the more people that subscribe, the bigger difference we can make. So thank you, Intune Orange. I appreciate that. Thank you for your kind words. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Who's up next? And Moms. What's up, Moms? Oh, Happy New Year. I'm such a fucking donkey. I am such a fucking donkey. Hold on. Where was it before? What a fucking donkey. Happy New Year, Boston Brian at the end. Okay, I got that one. New York ball. And am I watching the ball drop in New York? See, I knew that was going to first night in Boston. I'm just an idiot. I'm out of here. Sorry. How did I miss that one? Jesus Christ. I am so sorry. That one went way over my head. I told you at some point it was going to click, and it did. Yes, first night in Boston or New York. I'm going to say Boston. Absolutely. Happy New Year to you. My apologies for not understanding that. It just clicked. It just clicked when I read that last one. But thank you, Sunshine Boston. I apologize about that. Jesus Christ. Where was I? All right, moms. Happy New Year to everybody. Here's to a great next year. I appreciate you, moms. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for everything that you've done and continue to do. And I very much wish you and your loved ones a very happy and healthy New Year as well. Thank you so much, moms. Who do we got next? We got Stoneflower Dragon with the 5. Thank you. Xi promises to take back Taiwan in the new year. Again, not to mention his ongoing military drills that he's been undertaking that Donald Trump once again kind of, swept under the rug and said wasn't a big deal. I'd think twice about that one, you dumb orange bastard. But then he says, now that the U.S. no longer respects historic relationship with other democratic countries, we're screwed, basically. So, yeah, I mean, people notice. I mean, it doesn't take much for dictators and authoritarians and bad players on the world stage to notice that the United States isn't what the United States once was. They are not going to fulfill their obligations, promises, and treaties like the United States once would do. So they're now able and willing to get away with a lot more, right? Same thing we're looking at here. People are going to get more bold. They're going to get more active, knowing that it's going to take a lot longer, or if the United States even does in any way interject, that they have the blueprint, they have the playbook on how to manipulate Donald Trump, right, in order to get the least amount of action, the least amount of retaliatory response by the United States. That's what we're leading into right now. And again, we have another 3 years of this shit. Fuck me. Cheeseburgers, do your thing. But thank you so much, Stoneflower Dragon, for the 5. I really do appreciate it. Happy New Year to you. Please give the fur baby a tummy rub and a treat for me. Thank you so much. Mark, thank you, Mark, for the $2. Really do appreciate it. Shirley needs to be called out more. Luckily, I've seen more and more people kind of start to get on this gravy train of, at least showing people who Nick Shirley is. Again, it doesn't take much. It doesn't take a big Google search. Yeah, ready? Let's see here. We'll do 2022 Minnesota fraud, right? I mean, it's not like you have to do like a fucking in-depth research like you're trying to research the like a vaccine or something like that, right? So throw this on the screen here. What do we got? I'm sure it's going to be inundated with some of the newer stories, which is a kind of a shitty aspect of this. But let's see here. Let's see. December 18th, 2025. You probably have to go back a couple times, like in the pages, but I mean, it shouldn't take too long to go back to 2022. Here's 2023. Minnesota Medicaid Fraud Control Unit 2022 inspection. We found that Minnesota MFCU operated in accordance with the applicable laws, regulations, and policy transmittals and reported strong cases and outcomes. In 2022, under the Biden administration, the DOJ charged 47 people. And then it goes on here. You can see fraud allegations in Minnesota have been investigated. This is, let's see, I'll just put this on the screen real quick. So this is this was posted December 31st, 2025, saying by CNY Central, saying fraud allegations in Minnesota have been investigated for years. In 2022, under the Biden administration, the DOJ charged 47 people in just one alleged fraud scheme, right? Again, another one of those pieces of evidence that you'd be like, oh, shit, so he didn't actually break the story, right? So it's an old story, right? And again, that's not to suggest or say that there aren't like some little bits and pieces of ongoing fucking fraud still to be called out, right? But that's not what his goal was. That's not what the intent was. That's not what the propaganda usage was for. That's not why they tried to corroborate and kind of walk in line in lockstep with Donald Trump's rhetoric about Somalians, right? That has nothing to do with it. I mean, I'm all for calling out fraud, but it's pretty easy to see what the actual fucking end goal was here for this scumbag, Nick Shirley. So thank you, Mark, for your contributions. Much appreciated. And good to see that more and more people are kind of getting on that train. Thank you to JD. Much appreciated, brother. Happy New Year. That goes for you too, Mark. Hope you had a great one. And I hope you have a great one. Thank you, JD, for putting that right in the swear jar. Mark's back at it. Thank you, Mark. My house has a drone-free roof. It is very nice. It also has an anti-fascist coating. I love it. Oh, man. Do you know where I can get that anti-fascist coating? Because I'd love to give the fucking White House a coat, right? I'd love to give the steps to the Capitol and the steps to the White House a coat of that, right? Just watch all the fucking Republicans slipping up and down the stairs like it's fucking Home Alone and they're on fucking marbles. Oh, man. How funny would that be? Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you, brother. Happy New Year, dude. Same thing to you, Jim. Thank you so much for the $5. Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much, from everybody here at from my family to yours. Everybody here at Blunt Politics, wish you a very happy New Year. And this goes for user CJ2NH6KK7L. Thank you so much for the $5 super sticker. Very much appreciated. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your friendship here in the chat. Goes a long way. Thank you, Mark. My donation to buy a luxury car for Ukraine. Well, let's not put the cart before the horse here. Let's not put the pickup truck before the campaign. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. And again, I hope everybody understands the importance and how meaningful and impactful it is to be able to fulfill those campaigns and to send trucks and to see the appreciation on there. It's very fulfilling. So, Mark, thank you so much for starting it off in the right way. That we'll consider that our first car. It's not a luxury car either. It's going to be a pickup truck, for Christ's sakes. The thing's only going to last about 2 weeks. I think while I was in Ukraine, I think they said the average truck was lasting about 6 or 7 days while I was there. So I'd be curious to see if that's been extended or if that's shortened. But let me just see here. I'll just show you a picture real quick of kind of what we're talking about, just in case anybody's not up to speed with what the 69th Sniffing Brigade does. So we're talking about, let me throw this on the screen. We're talking about trucks like this, basically. Let me throw this up there. So you can see the pickup trucks behind them. So that's basically the same exact type of pickup truck that I was driving. So these types here, you know what I mean? So it'll be vehicles like this. You can see here, and each one of the campaigns has their own kind of separate patch that they made. So hopefully I'll have, a Boston Brian patch or Boston's Brigade or something like that, a patch that we can distinguish our campaign from everybody else's. So yeah, just that type of shit. I know what you were getting at, and I'm kidding and being facetious about your comment, obviously, but just in case anybody that wasn't really up to speed or sure what the campaign meant or what it's for, this is what it is. So it's the NAFO Community Power Against the War. So far, they've raised almost 20 million euro, right? 46 convoys completed, 887 vehicles brought from Estonia to the front lines, 32 pets rescued, 573 ISR drones, who we helped bring into Ukraine, 975 portable anti-drone jammers, 1,894 FPV drones, and 350 radios, right? So you can donate to different campaigns, different people kind of holding different. This one's got 30,000 euro out of the 41,000 goal, 26 out of the 58, 11 out of the 20. So again, I will be sure to give you guys an update and news whenever that is confirmed. Or again, if it doesn't happen, it'll be unfortunate, but I'll be sure, obviously, to let you guys know that it wasn't happening. But again, I've reached out and I've done my best to try to initiate that. So I appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much. Who was next? I forget who was next. Andrea, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for doing what you do, Brian. Right back at you, Andrea. I really do appreciate it. You guys are all fantastic people. You really are. You're all very, very passionate about about your policy, about the beliefs and, the goals that you have for this country. We all have to sift through a lot of the bullshit in the mainstream, from the mainstream media and propaganda. It's a lot. It's tiresome. It's anxiety ridden, and I can't thank you guys enough for continuing to come back every single day to fight for this country and for people all over the world. So it means a lot. So thank you, Andrea. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, Jim. 2026 election. We got to fight for the right to be free. Amen. No notes. Totally supported on that front, Jim, and thank you so much. Jenny Faye, thank you so much. I feel blessed having found this wonderful group of people. I hope we all find many cherished moments of joy this year. Love you all. Happy New Year. Very, very nice of you, Jenny Faye. Can't thank you enough. I really can. I hope you and Corey have a wonderful, wonderful night. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. Please give the pup a belly rub and a treat for me. And thank you so much for everything that you've done in this community. You are very, very, very much appreciated, as well as this entire community is appreciated to me. It means a lot for you guys to be here and listening to what I have to say. It does. So thank you so much. Happy New Year to you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That leaves Marsha. Thank you, Marsha, for the 5. Happy New Year, Boston Brian, Mods, and Brian Tolgits. Much love to you all. Right back at you, Marsha. Please give the fur baby a nice little belly rub and a treat for me. Maybe some catnip will work. But thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much for your loyalty, your companionship, your friendship here in the chat. Means a lot. It really does. So happy New Year to you, Masha. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And then we'll go Ruben. Thank you. And happy New Year, Ruben. Thank you for the $2. Happy New Year, Brian and Chatters. Well, I'd say give your fur baby a belly rub and a treat, but it seems like that might be a little bit more difficult for you than in others that I've seen. But if you can, give your little fur baby there a belly rub, because you know how much they love having stuff on their bellies, right? I mean, come on, look at him. He's probably eating a rock, smashing open a clam with a rock right now in his belly. But thank you, Ruben. I appreciate you, brother. Happy New Year, dude. And then Mark as well. Pelosi will stop Winnie the Yeah. I don't know. I have no confidence. Unless Winnie the Pooh is a fucking stock, I don't know if she's going to have any interest in it whatsoever. But I appreciate you, Mark. Thank you, man. Thank you, Veronica. Don't call me Shirley. Shirley, I won't. Shirley, I will not do that. I mean, you can count on me, Shirley. But thank you, Veronica. I appreciate you. Thank you for the $5 super sticker. Very much appreciated. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful New Year. Be safe tonight. I hope you have a good one. Thank you very much. And then to round it out for the day, and I'm sorry I'm so far over, is Masha. One more again. Thank you for the $5 super sticker. Please give the fur baby a belly rub and a treat for me. I can't thank you guys enough, really, for supporting not only this community, other communities, democracy, Ukraine, the people of Palestine, and the people all over the world that are now facing, atrocious type of, an atrocious type of environments right now. I can't thank you enough. I really can't. So I'll see you guys later on tonight for the 8:30 show. I know it's New Year's Eve, but I don't have any huge plans. So we'll hop on. I'll say Happy New Year to everybody. We'll kind of go through anything that may have been breaking as far as news today. But, just in case you want somewhere to congregate a little bit later, shoot the shit. Please think about joining the Blunt Politics tonight, 8:30 p.m. on the East Coast, 5:30 here on the West Coast. Hit that notification bell. That'll let you know when I go live. Please check out the Substack. Please check out my Blue Sky. Please check out the YouTube shorts and videos that I put out. If you guys could watch those, share those, subscribe to the channel, all of those fantastic ways. It's a help to the channel. It really does. It goes a long way. As you've seen, we're on our way to 20K. We're on our way to 1,000 members here on YouTube, and that would just be a really, really, really big milestone. We're also trying to get, our numbers up on Facebook. We're also trying to get that Patreon to grow. So if you guys could share these things out, I would really appreciate it. I'll get you guys some updates as far as Zoom chats for the Patreon. We'll get those dates out to you. But yeah, thank you, mods. Thank you. Thank you for a great year. Thank you for everything that you've done. Every single one of you are incredibly important to this community, incredibly important to this channel, and I would not be here without every single one of you. So thank you to the mods, and thank you to the chat, the best chat on YouTube, the best chat on Earth, bar none. The Blunt Politics, the Bryantologist, the Crustacean Nation. You motherfuckers are incredible, and I can't thank you enough. All right, I'll see you tonight. Don't get too banged up in the midtime. I don't want to see you guys stumbling into my chat later, slurring your words, all right? No, I'm just kidding. Drink them up. Slur away. Fuck it. Smoke them if you got them. Drink them if you got them. Let's fucking go. Happy New Year. I'm out. Happy birthday, Michael. Happy birthday, big guy. Happy birthday and Happy New Year. I appreciate you. Thank you, Dame. No, thank you. You're the bestest. Thank you, Dad. Happy New Year. Love you, big guy. Thank you for your support. I mean, how many people say they got the dad in the chat? Huh? A real family event here.
Taking him back to Nevada where he's wanted for banging horses. He says wrecked him, damn near killed him. What in the hell was that all about?
Hey, you got a little chubby going there.
Obama.
Fucking Nazis.
I mean, they've been conserved since the time of lobsters. Like, there weren't trees around when lobsters first manifested themselves on the planet.
Gettysburg, what an unbelievable battle that was. The Battle of Gettysburg, what an unbelievable. I mean, it was so much and so interesting and so vicious and horrible and so beautiful in so many different ways. It represented such a big portion of the success of this country. Gettysburg, wow. I go to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania to look and to watch.
Get off my plane.
I'm standing up here bashing the living shit out of Nazis.
Referred to my hands, if they're small, something else must be small.
Always calling me Little Marco. And I'll admit, the guy, he's taller than me, he's like 6'2", which is why I don't understand why his hands are the size of someone who's 5'2".
How do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president? Seriously, how do you lie to the FBI and now you're running for president?
For minors, do we love minors? I love minors. Somebody said, is that a Trump statement or is that real? It's a new form of vicious violation to our country. God bless the United States. The kidney has a very special place in the heart. It's an incredible thing. For minors, do we love minors? I love minors. When you ran out the healthy arms, you ran out of really healthy. They had great arms, but they ran out. It's called sports. It's called baseball in particular, and pitchers, I guess you could say, in really particular. What uranium is, right? This thing called nuclear weapons and other things. Like lots of things are done with uranium, including some bad things.
The population in Thailand is 63 million people. It is twice the size of Wyoming. Its chief exports are textiles, footwear, and rice. Each year, approximately 13,000 people are killed in car accidents in Thailand.
No, get those lights off! Off! Turn them off, they're too bright, turn them off! I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe. He referred to my hands. If they're small, something else must be small.
Where you going? Nowhere.
This guy's been drunk all day.
All right, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you later.
The big, fat, sloppy United States.